Hello and welcome to another installment of Let's Talk Sex. I'm your host, Dr. Randy David. We're here to discuss the book Why Women Have Sex, written by Drs. Cindy Meston and David Buss. This book gives its readers an understanding of the various sexual motivations of women, ranging from adventure to revenge. In preparation for Why Women Have Sex, the authors surveyed over 1,000 women and came up with 237 reasons for why women have sexual intercourse. Although the survey was anonymous, we managed to track down 3 women who participated in the study and have agreed to come and talk on our show about the book and some of their sexual experiences. Our first guest is a lady from Cincinnati, Ohio, goes by the name of Amanda Hug and Kiss. Amanda, come on down. Nice to meet you too. Have a seat. Okay, now Amanda, it says here that out of 1,006 women around the world answered the age-old question, which is, why do women have sex? So Amanda, what is your motivation for having sex?
Well, why do men have sex?
Well, one obvious reason would be pleasure.
Well, women are no different.
So you're telling me, Amanda, that women only have sex for the orgasm. Could you elaborate a little on this for me?
Sure. Aching of the vaginal regions and trembling in the thighs. Every muscle in the body tightens, and there's a huge amount of energy that is released. It feels like it's coming from between my legs and ascends up my spine, absolutely zapping my brain. Oftentimes I hold my breath, my eyes shut tight, and colors appear behind my eyelids. Immediately afterward, I'm very photosensitive, giddy, happy, tingly, relieved, and energized.
Sounds like a heck of a wild ride. It says here in one study that Buss and Meston conducted, they asked both men and women to write paragraphs describing their experience of the orgasm. In most cases, researchers were unable to distinguish men from women. This just proves that sex is just as good for women, would you say?
Well, I don't know that it's always that good. Sometimes I have sex for pleasure.
Okay, so why else do you have sex?
Well, there was this one time my boyfriend took me out to this amazing seafood restaurant, and he treated me really incredibly. I felt like a princess. I was so loved and so in love, and the feelings went from the restaurant all the way home to the bedroom. We got in his grungy apartment and we had sex on his bed. That might have been the best sex that we ever had.
Okay, so you're saying now, let me get this straight, you get turned on by seafood?
Not necessarily. It wasn't the food. It was the romanticness of the situation. I loved him and I wanted to show him that.
Right. In fact, of the 237 reasons women gave for having sex, love and emotional closeness ranked in the top 12.
Yeah, but most of the time if you love someone, won't the sex automatically be better?
Unless they're hopeless in the sack. But on that note, let's take a break, and when we get back, our next guest will discuss her motivations for having sex. Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you.
Back with more Let's Talk Sex. We've just heard from Amanda, who said pleasure and love were her reasons for having sex. We're joined now by Ramunda DeBalls. Are your reasons similar to hers?
Not really. A lot of times I have sex with my boyfriend to show him how much better I am than the other girls that he's had sex with.
Okay, now that's interesting. Would you care to explain that?
Okay, like for example, my boyfriend really loves attention, and when we first started dating, he actually started dating another girl too, and behind my back, and I found out about it, and I was completely devastated. So, and eventually I made it my goal to get back at him and show him that I was what he really wanted. So while I was happy to have sex with him, my motivation really was to show him how much better I was than all the other girls.
Now that actually makes a lot of sense. According to Buss and Meston in the book, in our evolutionary past, women who prevailed over other women oftentimes gained access to the most desired men, and they could in turn have access to better genes, superior resources, and a boost in social status.
Yeah, well, I also thought that sleeping with my more popular boyfriend would in turn make me more popular and boost my social status, because I knew that all the other girls wanted to date him and I wanted to get to him first. I wanted to be the one who stole him away from all the other girls. And as soon as I went on a date with him, I knew we were going to have sex right away. And I couldn't wait until the next day when I could brag to all my friends about it. They were so jealous.
Sounds like me in high school, but so are you saying you had sex just so you could brag about it with your friends?
Basically, at first anyway.
Well, I'd certainly hate to be that guy. Now let's take a break. When we get back, we'll be with our last guest, Anita Johnson. I can't wait to see what interesting stories she has up her sleeve. Stay tuned.
It's going to get some good field position out of it.
We've seen some weird stuff over the last couple of weeks when it comes to the officiating. But nonetheless, the Tigers will have it at their own 48. They'll hand off. Connor Wera right up the gut. Has a seam. He takes off, and he is going to go all the way 52 yards.
Hello and welcome back to Let's Talk Sex. For those just turning in, we're discussing why women have sex and their motivations for having sex. We're joined now by our next guest, Anita Johnson, a 23-year-old bisexual crack addict with no money. Anita, how you doing?
I'm great, Dr. David. These women are crazy. We all know that I have sex for personal benefits. Rich men make the best lovers.
Now, so what do you mean exactly? Are you saying you prostitute yourself?
I wouldn't call it that, Dr. David. For instance, we both are drug addicts, and you know that kind of keeps you up and talking all night. And I was never propositioned for anything, but I knew if I stuck around long enough, I could have all the drugs I wanted, and he would fall in love with me.
Oh, right. That's not considered prostitution at all. I hope this isn't the only reason you have sex.
A lot of times I do it just to get him to leave me alone. Guys are so annoying sometimes, Dr. David. Sometimes, you know, I just have a crazy night of sex just so I can stop having him have his little horny, whining fits.
Do you do this to all guys who badge you for sex?
Not all guys, Dr. David, but it helps if they're rich.
Well, I am a doctor. Buss and Meston have also discovered that women not only have sex for money, but will do so to gain a promotion, get a job, or even get a raise at their occupation. Now, this phenomenon is known as the casting couch.
Is that like Marilyn Monroe sleeping with directors for like movie roles?
Exactly that. So I guess you're not alone in your needs to exchange sex for resources. Thanks for being so candid with us.
Thank you, Dr. David.
At this time, I'd like to welcome Jeffrey Miller to the set. Jeffrey.
How you doing, Randy?
Nice to meet you. Have a seat. Anyways, our final guest, Anita Johnson, revealed her need to reap the benefits that come from her sexual escapades. Do women really do this?
Well, of course. Women evolved to prefer good providers who could support their families by acquiring and defending resources. Originally, women had sex for meat, and today, they have sex for other material goods.
Well, golly, from now on, I will have to really consider why women are going to want to have sex with me. Well, looks like we're out of time, and that'll conclude our show. A special thanks to our guests and authors Cindy Meston and David Buss, who given us an understanding of why women have sex. Until next time, I'm Dr. Randy David saying so long, and thanks for stopping by. So you're telling me hopeless in bed. On that note, let's take a break. When we get back, we'll hear from and discuss the motivation
Sorry. Steph, you're not helping. Make sure you put the paper away.
Not all guys have to do this, but it helps the rich. Sure, that's good for the rich.
Well, I hate to be that guy. Let's take a break now. When we get back, we're going to our last guest.